Hey everyone, so I've been getting a lot of questions about my scraps of soap, like when I'm scraping my soap designs and what I do with that excess soap that I scrape. So I'm going to show you in this video. So when I scrape my design in my soap, there's always excess soap that I'm scraping, and I just scrape that off and I pour it into another mold. So these are some molds that I had filled with my excess soap scrapings. Depending on the type of mold that I scraped my soap into, I either use my multi-bar cutter like this one, or I use a knife and an individual cutter. They don't need to be even pieces because I'm selling them as soap scraps, so they're going to be cut up in all different sizes. But if I do cut them and they're full-size bars, I may end up selling the full-size bars. This one was poured into a small slab mold, so I'm just cutting it into thirds and then using my wavy cutter to cut them up into individual pieces. Now this mold I filled with a lot more soap in it, so it's much thicker. So I'm cutting this into 4 different strips and then cutting them into smaller chunks. So these are some soap scraps that I had cut up weeks ago, and they're just about ready to be put into bags. A lot of my customers like to guess which soaps they were from. And if you're wondering how you use these little soap scraps, I'm going to show you. I sell these little sisal soap pouches. They're made of sisal, which is made from agave fibers, and they're all natural. You just place a bunch of the little soap scraps inside of the pouch, and then you pull the string to tighten it. You just run it under water and scrub with it, and it gives you tons of lather. And the pouch itself is machine washable, so you can reuse it over and over again. I sell these soap scraps in bags, and you get 7 ounces for just $4.95. Oh, and one more thing. When I was making my Red Barn soaps, I was scraping the excess into a mold, and I actually attempted to make a design, this Red Barn design in the excess mold. And when I did, this is how they all turned out. So they have the Red Barn design on them. They're just not completely perfect, like on top. So I'm wondering, would you guys want one of these bars just like this, or do you think I should cut them up into scraps? I can sell them as, imperfect bars, or I can sell them as soap scraps. Let me know what you think.